You really should do something good for yourself, yet you still haven't done it. I want to take you by the hand. I want to introduce you to the most important stretches. Just 10 minutes, and when you start to notice by doing these 10 minutes consistently how you begin to blossom, you'll naturally want to continue. I'll tell you more about it a bit later on. Let's get started now. You'll need a wall, a chair, and either a carpet or a mat. And we're going to start over at the wall. Simply stand right up against it, ensuring that your arms remain slightly bent. Now let's take a moment to really tune into your body and then gently pull your belly button inward. Pull your belly button in and you'll soon start to notice some movement happening in your pelvis. And then you move forward very slowly. Perhaps just a bit, because you'll start to feel it pulling in your back, pulling in your groin, and maybe also pulling in your hip area. But that's already the exercise, because now you're already dealing with a very significant negative impact from sitting. And now you gradually go further in more and more. And stretch yourself a little, but do it very gently and cautiously, while trying to move forward with your groins leading the way. And it doesn't have to be a big movement now, because you'll probably feel something even with small angles if you haven't done anything for a long time. But believe me, even if you haven't done anything for a long time, with these exercises you'll have a very steep success curve, because after just 1, 2, 3 weeks you'll feel completely and entirely different. And gradually, you continue walking or shifting more and more with the groins moving in the direction of the wall. Yes. Keep moving softly forward. And don't let it bother you if you feel a pull in your back. Don't feel discouraged or let it bother you in any way, because that's actually a very positive sign. It indicates that you're directly addressing the root cause of your persistent back pain problems. Continue progressing forward and be sure to pull in the navel efficiently. The groins should aim to move in the direction of the wall. Only the groins really should be aiming towards the wall. And get comfortable, get to know the wall, so to speak. Stay positive, smile internally. It might feel a little strained because it can hurt a bit, but that is perfectly okay. If you're new to doing these kinds of exercises, just take it nice and slow. After that, you gradually and gently ease your way out of it. At the current moment, you're simply taking a few gentle steps. Just take a few steps, and now let's move into the opposite direction. Go behind or in front of a chair, doesn't matter. Straighten out your knees. And start to gently move slowly forward a little bit. If you're not very experienced, you'll most likely. Begin to feel it at a somewhat higher point, noticing a distinct pull in the area behind your knees. It's pulling at the back section. The thigh might be pulling just a bit more noticeably into the gluteal muscle area. So try to maintain an arch in your back. Try to create an arch now. Ensure your back remains nicely arched while you keep leaning further forward. Remember to do it in a slow and steady manner. Proceed slowly, make sure you connect with this position if you haven't experienced it before. You might be standing almost completely still and already feel a gentle pull. But don't let that concern you, because with patience you can gradually expand and enhance that more and more. And there are quite a few studies out there that have confirmed this, with biology backing this logic too. You can be as old and untrained as ever imagined, yet with the right stimuli and proper training, your body will naturally adapt. Believe me, change is truly possible for everyone if committed. Your body truly adapts. All you need to do is take some action, and I'll be here to guide you step by step on what exactly you need to do. You simply need to invest just a little bit of your time and participate, and then you'll start to notice that the world can indeed change. Many unaware people, begin experiencing it by 50, at the latest by 60, and it only worsens. Then you don't feel like growing old healthily at all. And stay with the pain you cause, always in the range that you can just about bear, where you are still positive, And then we slowly come back out. Again a little bit. Take a few steps. A few steps this way, a few steps that way. And now you go to the floor. If you have very sensitive knees, by the way, it's important we address that too. It just occurred to me. Yes. Simply place another cushion under your knees. And then take a look to see how far you can go back until it feels tight in the thighs or feels tight in the knees. So the intended goal, the initial aim we're aiming to achieve here is that. But perhaps you find yourself just at this point, don't worry about it at all. Simply continue putting effort into it. And with each attempt, you'll gradually move a little further back than before. And no matter if you're already much further back or still up here, we'll just take the time now. And keep going a bit further. Engaging in that. And imagine how incredibly much your knees will truly appreciate that feeling. You'll notice a totally different sensation when you're running afterwards. Your legs will feel much lighter, depending of course on how severe those shortenings were beforehand. And even if you already have artificial joints, it doesn't matter at all, you can still do the exercise. Yeah, I'll slowly move along with you, not going down too deep, but continue moving forward just as you are, and then proceed to move backwards. Use your arms to support yourself, ensuring the correct leg stretch. This approach helps manage intensity, keeping your workout balanced and efficient, enhancing your overall fitness and flexibility. I'll move over here so you can see a bit from the front. By placing your hands a little further back, you'll be able to provide more support for yourself. And you can clearly observe the stretching load, so to speak, that you can stay in this area, which is still quite bearable because it's important that you feel comfortable. Because in principle, especially for you, if you're new to this area, you should always feel completely comfortable with these exercises. Simply feeling perfectly at ease. Of course, it does hurt a bit, however, in a way that remains positive. It's called feel-good pain, but you should feel comfortable. And as I said, the goal is to eventually get there, but you can take weeks and months to do so. There's absolutely no reason at all against that. Then you gently ease yourself out, slowly stand up, and now kindly find yourself a spot in the corner. And if you can't find a corner because there's often something in there, then use a door frame because every room has a door. But no matter if you're standing in the door frame or in the corner, you raise your arms to shoulder height. And then about 30 degrees higher. That's such a good medium angle choice. It's good for thoracic spine issues and at the same time for shoulder complaints. And then you gradually step back with one foot. While you move the other foot forward and continue to deepen the stretch further. And I'm intentionally not going too deep so that you feel well supported. And make sure your elbows are completely extended. Keep your elbows completely extended throughout. If you find it difficult to lift your arms that high, you can initially begin at this angle or perhaps try at that one. So make the angle up to here if possible. If not, just stay lower. And you will have a good impact. That's the beauty of it. And then you keep going further into the corner, but very slowly. And maybe now you've already started to get a bit of a feel for these stretches. Now go ahead and take a deep breath or pay a bit more conscious attention to the rhythm of your breathing. Inhale deeply. And as you slowly exhale, see if you can extend yourself a bit further into the corner or through the doorway entrance. Incidentally, if the door frame happens to be quite narrow, then the corner, somewhere on your arms. You might consider putting on some sort of cushioning or wear a thick sweater or something like that if it feels painful. You might just find a spot in your apartment, perhaps possibly a corner, where there's something you could move, as using that space provides plenty of benefits and advantages. It's also about the door frame, but the corner has many advantages. And then breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, go a little further in. Take a deep breath again, and while you breathe out, gently go a little further in. Then take another deep breath, and as you breathe out, move further in. Ensure that your arms remain fully extended and then very slowly and carefully start to come out of the position. Once you're done, gently move your arms around a little bit for a nice and soothing stretch. I'm going back to sitting on my heels now. You might want to try eating in this position or incorporate it into your daily routine. It's very beneficial. So now we're all finished. I hope that you really enjoyed it.